All right, South Carolina Congresswoman Nancy Mace is here with us to discuss. Nancy, we've talked about this before. You know, I'm all for affordable housing. You're all for infrastructure. This is not the right way to go about it.
No, absolutely not. And President Biden, he's done more damage in the first 100 days than I thought possible in 4 years of his presidency. He is pushing Nancy Pelosi's agenda in every way, shape, or form. And when you look at this infrastructure package, I mean, I would love to see President Biden retake Civics 101. The federal government has absolutely no business telling local governments how to zone. That's why we elect mayors and city councils to run cities to try to help and make housing more affordable and to make those decisions at the local level. And as you said in your opening, the 10th Amendment is there for a reason. It's called federalism, and states have rights too.
Exactly, and then when you look at what they're trying to push through on it, I mean, just when you look at the infrastructure bill, they're talking about, oh, they've made some concession. It seems to me like what they're talking about as a concession is just moving some piece of funding from this bill to another bill anyway, and then saying, oh, look, we've moved towards the Republicans. They're just they're so dishonest in the way they're approaching it.
Absolutely. And from what I've heard on the streets of D.C. is that Nancy Pelosi's taken over the Transportation Infrastructure Committee, that they're not working or looking to work with Republicans at all on this package. They've already had to rename it to the Jobs Plan because everyone understood that it had nothing to do with infrastructure. And right behind demands for public housing from the federal level to local governments is $100 billion for school lunches. I'm a single mom. I want my kids to have good lunches too, but that has nothing to do with infrastructure. And so they've got a real problem on their hands right now in selling this to the American people. And the only way that they can pay for it is by having the largest tax hike in American history. And I think that is the worst idea in the middle of a pandemic where businesses, individuals, and families are suffering.
And also some of the things that they sort of list under this heading of infrastructure. You know, they talk about sort of funding for schools and so on. And I think even transportation, they were included in all these bailout bills we've had over the last year. And the state and local governments haven't even spent that money. Billions and billions of dollars haven't even been spent yet. And now they want more.
Right. And there's been no audit on what's been spent so far. And also in that package, there is almost $200 billion, about $174 billion or so for electric vehicles. I don't remember seeing that kind of investment for our energy grid or infrastructure grid at all. We just had this cyber attack recently. We've got real problems in this country, and infrastructure should be the focus of an infrastructure bill 100%.
Yeah, exactly, and that's, you know, and I think that you're there fighting for that. I mean, just very quickly, do you think that there's any chance they're going to listen to your common sense approach to this?
It's very doubtful at this point with Pelosi taking over things within this committee, from what I'm hearing. Republicans have met with the president on multiple occasions. We've put forth our own alternatives. The Senate has, and I know Ranking Member Sam Graves, he's worked on alternatives as well. But it's just falling on deaf ears. And if there's now is a time than ever to be efficient and common sense with our spending, that time is now. We just keep spending into oblivion. We're going to increase taxes on corporations, individuals, and families. And it's untenable for the future of this country, for my children, yours, and our grandchildren's future. We can't do it anymore.
Exactly. Well, I think we're all pleased to know that you're there. Talking sense as always, and great that you could be with us tonight. Thank you, Congresswoman Mace. See you soon.